What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, starting a little new segment called Coffee and Firearms. Because right now, I'm going to sip a little bit of coffee. And if you're wondering what it is, it's an espresso, I believe a cappuccino. Actually, my wife made it for me, so shout out to her. I appreciate it. Anyways, today we're going to talk about magazines, aftermarket magazines. Now, I'm going to go through a couple brands that I've had, what have worked, what haven't worked, what I would use for carry, what I wouldn't, what I'd use for the range, and what I wouldn't. Now, the reason I have this firearm in here is a lot of people like looking at it because it's got the realest backplate you've ever seen and awesome Meeper light sights. Now, I know a lot of people say it's not practical. I get it, but they're fun, they're cool, and they do work within 20 yards. Anyways, magazines. Pro Mags. So I used to have some Pro Mags for some of my Rugers, more of range toys, and honestly, I had a disaster with them. For my EC9S, I believe it was a 9-round mag, absolute disaster. Anyways, I got rid of my EC9S. I sort of regret it to this day, but that magazine was just a disaster. So when I see people like these YouTube shorts, I even make some of them, where I show what I'm carrying. Like, for instance, I'm in the vehicle at, about to pull out of where I'm at, and I just say, hey, this is what I'm carrying, just to show you guys that this is what I do. I carry every day, that some of the products I use might work in your life. So that's why I do it. But anyways, I see people using the Pro Mags, the ETS Mags, and stuff like that. So we're going to get into it. The Pro Mags have always been a disaster for me. The two times they haven't been a disaster is for the Drum Mag for my Hellcat and the Drum Mag for my CSX. The Drum Mag for my 43, it was a 30-round, malfunctioned after malfunction after malfunction. But it is a drum mag, and it is just a range toy, and also sometimes those malfunctions can be great practice for clearing at the range. So that is one benefit you need to look at when talking about aftermarket mags. If you have mags that consistently fail, sometimes that's good to go and shoot. I rather do that than what we did at my defensive pistol class, where you just load the spent casing and that's how you have your malfunction, because that was not fun. And I don't think that necessarily always simulates an actual malfunction, because sometimes they were getting stuck in people's barrels and so on. Anyways, so that is a benefit of aftermarket mags. Also the price. But what are you willing to give up? I will never carry aftermarket mags unless it's the Shield Arms S15 mags. So let's get into Shield Arms. So my S15 mags, I have about 8 of them. Thousands of rounds to them, not a single issue for my 43X and 48. But when I carry, just in case that one day comes, God forbid, I want to have a backup OEM and the Shield Arms S15. So I have one of each. That is my way of saying, okay, if this happens, I got this. That's how I give myself a little relief in the situation. But then I got the Shield Arms Z9 mags for my Glock 43. They worked for about 400 rounds, had it loaded up. 4 weeks later, I come back and malfunction, failure to lock back. The springs were just shot. I had 2 of them, and it happened to both of them. So I said, what's the fix? They said, we already got it fixed. Here's these new springs. So I put them in, same thing. And I was shocked because all my S15 mags have worked for me. The problem with Shield Arms is they're about 50-50 for everyone. When I look at the comments and talk to people, it's about 50-50. Some people's works, others don't. That sketches me out for everyday carry. Now, KCI has been a company I've had no malfunctions with. I have a KCI Glock 43 mag, which I got for free. Long story, but someone scammed me on eBay and said that's my one bad thing that's ever happened on eBay. And, eBay refunded it. They said it was a Glock 43 OEM mag, and it ended up being a KCI mag. In the picture, they showed an OEM mag, and when I got it, it was a KCI mag with even a base plate on it. And I was like, what the heck? This is ridiculous. But I shoot at the range, no issues with it. Also, I've had a KCI drum mag, not a single issue with it. The other magazine that I haven't had an issue with is this Magpul mag right here. It's got over 1,000 rounds through it. This is the GL9 for your Glock 26. If you carry a Glock 26 and it's your main carrier, you like to shoot at the range, I recommend buying 10 of these for the range. You can get package deals. They're about half the price of Glock mags. And once again, you don't have to worry about reliability at the range. So it's a cheap way to get a ton of mags. I have like 150 Glock mags, so I don't really buy a ton of mags anymore, but this would have been a way to go. Have I known how reliable they are on top of the price. But I don't recommend any aftermarket mags for carry unless it's the S15 Gen 2 mags. But for what it is, the Magpul GL9 has worked for me, so I can't complain. I know a lot of people run them in their daggers and stuff like that, and they run. So what more can you ask for? Just test your firearms, test your magazines. Make sure you have them, put them through stress tests. Load them up for a month and let it sit, and then go and shoot at the range. See if you have issues. Sometimes those springs aren't strong enough to, take that. Next company is STM Tactical. I have an extended mag from them, and honestly, I like it at the range. It's probably the closest magazine to a Glock mag that you're going to find. It's polymer outside with the metal underneath, and it's dang near the exact same thing as the OEM mags. They obviously have to tweak a little bit just because of copyright reasons and stuff like that, but it runs, so I can't complain. It's got a heck of a spring in it, but once again, I'm not going to be carrying a large magazine like that for everyday carry. So once again, just a range toy. Now we're going to talk about the worst magazine company in the world, and it sort of makes me sad because when I go to a company's website where they sell slides or frames or whatever, in their pictures they always have the ETS mags. It looks cool. It does give it a cool look that you get to see the rounds and see how many are in there, and it looks sort of cool. The problem with it is, though, you're giving a bad situation to someone possibly. They might say, oh, that looks cool, I'm going to start carrying with it. And we all know, we've gone on YouTube and seen the shorts that I was talking about earlier, and it's people carrying with ETS mags. I just say, guys, like, everyday carry, I know on YouTube they make it seem like it's just not a big deal, like I even do. I'm not trying to, but I'm serious when it comes to everyday carry. I know it's a terrible thing if you have to ever use your firearm. It's serious. It's not just some joke. It's not just messing around. It's something that is going to affect you the rest of your life. And therefore, the goal is of everyday carries to make it home at night, for your kids to make it home at night, for your family to make it home at night. That's what it's about. Nothing more, nothing less. So you want the best tool with you. But of course, YouTube and videos and stuff, I try to make videos about information, video about products, stuff that can help people maybe make a decision or find something that fits their everyday carry lifestyle. A lot of these YouTube shorts are just, oh, I'm carrying a firearm in traffic today, or oh, I'm just sitting in my vehicle with my firearm, check it out. That's not everyday carry to me. That's like opposite. You're showing everyone you have a firearm, and so on. Now, obviously, a lot of people know I carry and I'm into firearms, but the person I see at the grocery store who wants to do something bad, they won't know that. But on YouTube, these people just sit out in the open and have their, are just doing their thing, and it's sort of annoying, to be honest. I'm just being real with you, and I know some of my videos are probably annoying too, but anyways, I don't ever recommend ETS mags. I've had every size ETS mag, from a flush 10 rounder all the way to I think it's a 42 rounder or something. I think it's a 40 round mag for 9mm. It held like 42 or 43. I was shocked how many extra rounds fit in there, but that just goes to show you the springs are trash. You shouldn't be able to fit that. Sometimes you can get that extra round in a certain magazine with a base plate, but with a standard OEM mag, you're never going to get that extra round in there. And if you do, then that's pretty lucky. I have about 150 Glock mags, and I struggle sometimes to even get that last round in there that they recommend putting in there. They advertise it as. But these ETS mags, they're just, you're paying for what you get. I'd rather buy once, cry once, unless it's something for the range. But do not go around, like people who are new to firearms, do not look at these mags and say they're cool. Everyday carry is not about being cool or looking cool. It's about making it home at night, like I said, having the best possible tool at your disposal. By best possible tool, I don't mean you need to spend $2,500 on a firearm. You don't need a staccato. There are firearms that are just as reliable for a reasonable price. So that's what I mean. Best possible tool that you can afford, right? So anyways, that's my first coffee and firearms talk. Just want to talk a little bit about extended mags, because I think a lot of people get the wrong idea when it comes to it. I think the internet has taken everyday carry to a certain place where I know a lot of firearm owners who are used to firearms and know firearms, they know to stay away from those for everyday carry. But I feel like a lot of people who are being new and younger into firearms, they see that and think it's cool, and it's like, yeah, that's the way to go, when in reality it's going to be a disaster for you if you really ever have to use it. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button. Thanks for watching.